Oh yeah,
and I'm still working full time. And there's no bones about it. Even during the quarantine, I'm still working full time and probably then some right now. Yeah. And so.
What are these guys talking about? Hello, test.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And all of a sudden, I'm working 55 hours a week instead of 50 hours a week, and I'm like, oh yeah.
All right, so let's go.
Yes, I know. The funny thing is with me too. I was working from home before this whole thing. Right. All the time. Yeah. And that's not okay. This is really not affect me that much because I'm already working from home. But the stuff and I don't understand why. And it's not like the sector that I work in.
This is bull. This is crap.
I don't understand. I feel like I'm more busy now than I was before.
I absolutely am.
Let me go grab a microphone.
Part of my thing is I'm supporting an organization that was not work from home friendly.
Right, exactly.
So all of a sudden we have 2,000 work from home, employees and whatnot. It's like, that doesn't work.
Oh, the microphone's probably gonna be crap, huh? Let me turn it up.
Every single day from that. And okay, what service do you need now?
Right.
Let's see, microphone.
I feel in a pretty good position with where we're at, but at the same time, it has been a brutal 5 weeks of getting this thing going.
Now we need to get them to stream me.
Right, worth it now. So I can understand why you would be working. Right. But I've always worked. Right. Why am I working now? I don't understand. I just can't.
What's going on, guys?
That's a really good question. Sorry,
actually,
we got to
look at. Go ahead.
You got something real quick. Go for it.
Well, I was gonna say, I just think that
I'm having to watch it actually through my stream.
I work with
Can anyone hear me?
I think why I am more busy is because the people who I work with used to work in an office and now work from home and are actually.
It's a gigantic and half-acre brewery. Grimmelkin Amorphatron. It's a robotic cat. It's a strong ale, 10.5%.
Anyway, Alice asked a pretty good question, and Steve, you might have a little bit more insight into this. I know I asked earlier,
okay,
when you make a video comparing the current deep learning boom with the Lisp machine boom of the 1980s.
Now the question is, do they know I'm streaming?
That is obscure reference.
Right?
Wow.
Yeah, lucky. I want to be drinking at 8:30.
That's not your target audience, but that was.
I don't think machine learning is quite my target audience.
Well, see, that's why I'm drinking at a 10 point. Actually, this says to peel the label back. Hang on. Oh, check this out.
A lot of the AI learning stuff that that's kind of on the forefront of a lot of people doing. Right. We're talking about this. In comparison to that, the high tech behind that, which honestly.
Oh, that's actually flipping badass.
Not too much about.
I'm familiar with it.
I'm familiar with it, yeah.
I'm actually probably going to save this bottle.
Right.
So there's the robot cat.
Yeah, okay. All right, good. So, I mean, it's a little bit older. But yeah, I mean,
this is probably one of the coolest labels ever. And then here's the inside of the cat with.
Everyone's talking about the Expanse. Great.
I think there is some crossover.
This might be my new live show, is watching them. Every other week, come join. Hops and Brews. Watch. Craft Computing.
If you didn't know, my voice tonight is coming to you over RTX Voice, which is the machine learning algorithm.
Yeah, that peel porn.
Editing out other noises.
Way beats Jeff's.
I'm going to drop
I suck at it.
On my table right now. Can't hear it. And you're right. So.
This is probably going to like ding my viewership, but whatever.
A little off my fingers. You didn't hear me snapping. You didn't hear me drop the glass. You didn't hear me. Probably my favorite one is
I know. I can't wait for them to notice. Like, hey, we dropped like 5 viewers.
His hair is doing this, and he's talking into the microphone and going, "I'm talking while my hair."
All my tags for this live though are totally gonna steal his. So I expect my live to get just as much as his.
And to kind of get rid of something on my desk because
It's cool. I'll just pay him in like Bud Light.
Every time I touch my desk, it reverberates through the microphone. Even though I have a shop stand and everything else on, it's still kind of, every time I hit it.
I think the real interesting dichotomy between the whole thing from the 80s wasn't necessarily that.
I know. I need a donation area.
Right.
But it was, I think the more interesting thing is that there was a company back then who.
Where's my phone? There's my phone. There's my phone.
We might not have the technology to do it, but we tried.
Right.
And then now we're just realizing that there's possibly some stuff actually happening.
Yeah, the machine learning has got to a point where it's actually surpassing what we thought we could do, and actually developing real world solutions. This is being processed.
That's right. This is the real after party. What?
Well, it's also encoding the string via NVENC, the different set of cores that are within that hardware.
I have nothing to talk about.
Really, really impressive technology. I only played with it.
Well, see, this is what happens when I just stream to YouTube
Because I've listened to
and not do whatever Jeff suggests.
For tap something or glasses clink or whatever. It does kind of distract, and there's a little bit of echo in my studio still. But it does kind of distract. And so if I can eliminate some of that by literally checking the box, why not? And I think so far it's been a success. So let me know what you think of the stream tonight down in the comments below. But Regan wants to know, can we benchmark COBOL against MySQL using motherboards and GPUs?
Yeah, you want to see some skin? I know you do.
There's no point because they're all single thread. COBOL is a single threaded application.
I give what the fans what they want.
MySQL is not. You are correct. But COBOL is single threaded, so
yeah,
for all the paths, a single core you can throw it.
Unless you want to dig deep into COBOL code and try to figure a way to thread it.
Big Boom Spoon's probably just sitting there. I need to donate. I need to donate.
You can't hear him snapping. Isn't that cool? Like this microphone is crap. Steve can hear it because it's coming through a different microphone. Yeah. But you can't hear that. Cool.
The only reason why they invented that is because people want to be able to fart while they're streaming and no one would know. That's the only reason why they have it.
What is Jeff doing with his hands?
The wipeout for you.
Yeah, that didn't look like Wipeout.
Another thing, if I had that enabled, well, I had to go pee in the other room, no one would have heard it.
No one would have heard you pee.
I want them to prove it.
It actually would have prevented that. That's the funny thing.
Well, I'm streaming off my laptop right now, so it doesn't have to.
Yeah. Well, you could have carried us along for the record.
I could have.
Yeah.
Give me a whole tour of my house.
Right. His bathroom.
Oh, hell yeah. Carol Baskins killed him. I actually once came as William Wallace for a Halloween party.
Oh, yeah.
John, you're streaming right now?
Watching crap computing.
Yeah.
If you go,
yeah, I'm stealing all your viewership.
Wait, there it is.
Let's do this.
More screen step.
All right, there we go.
How about that?
We're on to you, John. We're on to you.
Oh, you're stealing my stream there, Jeff. I'm stealing this whole episode.
I see what you're doing. I want to watch him react. Hold on.
Oh, I yeah, I'm stealing all your viewership.
Stealing all my viewership. Son of a.
Everyone's chatting on my channel now. All right, there we go.
We're on to you, John. John, by the way, there is a subscribe link on your House of Brews.
there, Jeff.
I might just have to delete that. I might just have to delete that.
He even stole your Elcar's interface too. He stole
Totally did. Two-time little.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we could talk Tiger King all day.
Anyway, I think that's going to do it here on our show. I don't think we have anything else to talk about.
No, we don't.
Hey, all you cat and kittens out there.
The echo, oh God. Was that coming through? I didn't think it was, oh, right, it is coming through.
It is coming through, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
I muted my desktop, so I can't.
Yeah, no, my main output is going to my speakers, but that's also how I'm capturing you. And so I'm capturing you through this. Okay.
There we go.
Oh, no, okay. John, you're going to have to earn me those subscribers back. I'm just going to let you know. So, whatever you gain tonight, I expect to get tomorrow.
Oh, wow. All of my one new
John
subscriber.
his own stream with blackjack.
You should have seen me stripping earlier.
This has been Talking Heads, episode 129. Thank you guys so much for watching tonight. Steve, thank you so much for joining me remotely tonight. This has been a great stream. This was a great beer.
This was a better one.
I don't think there was anything wrong with the stream tonight. Anyway, make sure to join us every single Wednesday night right here on Craft Computing at 8 p.m. Pacific Time for the latest in beer and tech news. And stay tuned to Craft Computing for, well, the latest in whatever the heck I decided to talk about.
Yep. I'll be on next week. Mention I'm on next week. It's probably not going to mention it. It's not going to mention me either.
Less than one Earth. Lesson. For only $1
or $1,
you can get exclusive access to our Discord server.
I can finally get to 1,000. I might actually think about doing Patreon.
The whole crew here from Talking Heads and become part of an ever-growing community that really does help this channel keep going.
Paying $1 just to go online to insult John is worth it.
Right. Totally. You want to insult John to his face?
Yeah.
$1.
Join. No. Subscribe. Subscribe.
Let him know what you think. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining us. And as always, we will see you next Wednesday.
Yeah, Jeff has the hiccups. Jeff always gets the hiccups. Now this is just a boring stream. Alright, what do I have to drink? I bet I wouldn't be surprised if Jeff and yeah, there's Steve. So much echo. It was only like the last 10 minutes, so it wasn't too bad. Yeah, once the viewership just skyrocket on mine. This is where the after party have Soon we're gonna have like Big Spoon, and we're gonna have like Bite My Bits gonna show up with his like college girlfriends that he licks their belly buttons. Yeah. That was an interesting series on his Discord. 15 views. All right, let's go to the fridge and open something. All right. All right, let's do that. Let's open the double doors. I like the fact that they lock. That's awesome. So I can leave them open. Show us the fridge. All right, hang on. I got to turn it on so the lights can turn on. It's a little noisy because obviously it's off. So, but you get a little bit more light. Yeah, you don't get much more light. So let me turn that back off. Okay. All right. So there's the fridge. We got, let's see if we can, bunch of stuff back there. Those Cokes right there that you see are actually from Soviet Russia. Yeah. So that was there's a crowler of 120 Dogfish Head from like 3 years ago. I've never opened. There's a bunch of CBS. There's a wall of about 11 years of Bigfoot. The Stone Brewing package. That's going to be coming out probably Friday. So, Toppling Goliath. Yes, I got a. I have a video planned eventually one day for a double dry hop King Sue versus a double dry hop Pseudo Sue. Kind of just see, I don't know, double dry hop versus double dry hop. The fridge noise, yeah. Soviet Coke drinks you. Well, I wanted to make like find some old whiskey or something rum, and recarbonate that Coke. My sister and not my brother Steve, but my oldest brother, my oldest sister, and the brother below Steve went to Russia for a couple of months during 91, 92, just after the Soviet Union collapsed, to help build some like orphanages and some, who cares, humanitarian crap, whatever. They wanted to get laid. But she brought back all this Coke, which was awesome. So, and then I bought my farm, which was owned by my grandmother, and my sister stored all that Coke there, and so I found that Coke. And so she said I could have 2 bottles. Humanitarian crap. I got the Danny Trejos Cerveza Mexican lager. I'm still trying to do that. I still got some beers from some of Jeff's Patreons. So I got some ass, I think, somewhere back here. I have some beer that someone says is really bad. I still have some light beers. Yes, I still have some beers that never made it to craft computing. There's some Bud Lights, Coors Lights, Paps, a lot of Firestone Walker. I mean, it goes back to, I think, 2007. Let's see, there's 17, but anniversary 11. I think I have older. Anniversary 14. And that bottle probably just broke. I think anniversary 11 is the oldest I got. But that's like 2004 for Fire Walker. There's Parabola. There's lots of Parabola, actually. There's 2017 Parabola. 18 Parabola. Nap, 2019 Napa Parabola. And the 2020 that Jeff so kindly drank in front of me. So yeah, I got lots of Parabola. The problem with these Firestone is, and for most of my big beers, is that I like sharing beers. I really like sharing beers. And I really like Steve, Jeff, or someone, and it really sucks. And these Firestones, I kind of almost want to save it to like where they're 10 years old. So that's the thing. And especially because my family is kind of like split. One of my brothers moved to Colorado, so whenever he visits, I open a lot of big beers because Steve comes over. We do a big family event, like they were saying at the end of the show. Bottom of 7. Most of them are drinkers of some kind, wine or liquor or spirits, or mostly beer. Most of them are beers. So we already opened a lot of them. I got a couple of. This is rare, older stuff. There's some beer from space with the yeast brewed from space, but this is, I think, vintage 16. So yeah, 2016, till 4 years old. So I got a bunch of Waldos back there. So here's an interesting thing. So the beer Jeff drank today Here is the first edition of it ever being bottled. This is vintage 2016, 11.5%, so a little bit bigger than what they are producing now. Yeah, we started doing food at the bottom of the shelf because of the whole, COVID thing. So we basically been using the bottom of my fridge for extra storage. And then my wife took kind of the back corner for her wine and champagne. And then my son took his juices there. So he likes to think that this fridge is his. So he'll come in here randomly and steal a juice. There's lots of Fremonts too, and there's Bourbon County. These are the last 2 bottles of homebrew that I have. Here's the last bottle of my Tepache that Jeff and Steve so love to talk about. This is like 5 years, 6 years old now. So, you know what? There's a lighthearted. There is some stuff from some other, supporters of the show. I'm not going to say who because they asked not to be named. I don't have any Pruno. I had some Elysian. Drecker. Yeah, I'll open it. I'll open this. I'll open this because I wanted to have this earlier. And so this is, I had this already on a video. I already did a video on this. So if you want to see what I thought of this beer, go subscribe to my channel. If you're watching this, whatever. So this is Drecker's Doomsday Device Double IPA. Drecker makes some awesome beers. They make a lot of awesome sours. There's this new big craze out there. That's my crotch. That is these Goes sours, and they're jammy. They're just thick. Oh, son of a bitch. So I'm gonna sit down with everyone. The last stream I did when I played music. Regan, I don't have a PO box. I feel pretty confident right now, currently, that I'm small enough to where if you want to DM me, and I know who a lot of you are that are watching, I'll just give you my address to ship me some stuff. Or if you don't feel confident enough in that, you can go and just ship me stuff to Jeff's place, his PO box, and he'll just give it to me. We're cool like that. Now, again, like I said, all the stuff I share, I like beer because of the communal aspect. I like drinking, but I really love the communal aspect of beer. Yeah, just use Jeff's. So, but that's the behind the scenes studio. That's what it actually looks like. It looks like crap. It's I need more signage. I need more signage in the background. There's something missing in the background of my videos that I just can't quite figure out. I don't know if it's lighting. I don't know if it's pieces in the background to kind of be like slightly out of focus, in focus. I'm getting better at B-roll. I really like a lot of my B-roll that's coming out for the budget that I have. I don't have a large budget, so it's a lot of manual stuff and a lot of trickery and just, hey, that's a cool angle. Let's work with this angle. So that's coming out, I think, pretty cool. But the background of my regular shots, I really want to work on. So if you guys got any suggestions or anything like that, comment here or comment after the show. I'll probably end up posting this video if Jeff doesn't ding it as copyright. soon as I hit that, hey, that pallet. I mean, I got these pallets for free. But yeah, as soon as I hit that 1,000 subs, Jeff's gonna kick me right in the balls. He's like, oh, he's making revenue now. Which I don't. Okay, I have a complaint. I have a complaint. I am friends with quite a few beer reviewers on YouTube, and I think they're great guys, and I think they produce great content. I think quality of my content is visually way more appealing and quicker to the point and everything. I don't know how their stuff grows so fast. I mean, is there something that people like better? If there is, I would love to know in the comments of my videos or here. Or is it more I just need to do live stuff? Do people like me more raw live than edited? Oh, I thought he was talking about a boot because I have a boot video. I want to do a. Okay, hang on. So I wanted to do a whole video on basically this boot. It doesn't look big, but I mean, let me put it into perspective. So that hits the heel. If I were to pour this pint in there, and it's a dirty glass. Watch this. All right. It's kind of rinsed out now. So I'm gonna show you how large this boot is. Okay. I always wanted to do a video of just this is a traditional German sized boot. Not that pansy stuff you see. It is a dirty boot. Dirty boot. This is a traditional boot. This is 1 pint, 16 ounces. Okay. I'm gonna show you how large this boot is. You will see bubbles. It is a dirty boot. I'm not afraid to drink out of it. That pint is just the bare foot. Not even that. It goes to the ankle if I don't include the head. Now, when I get up here to the calf, that's a pint. That distance is basically a pint. So I always wanted to do a video of how long it takes to drink this because I've done it a few times before. When I was at the bar, I used to sell these at my tap room, and yeah, it would take me like an hour and a half. But I always thought a cool video would be like time lapse of me doing this, and I always thought a good thought of maybe even like watching Craft Computing Talking Heads while I drink this, see if I can do it. Quentin Tarantino's favorite. Big, all right. Once the phone goes down, Big Spoon, I will chug this beer. Get Uber home. You trust me. I've had people vomit trying to drink this, claiming, "Oh, I can drink this in less than an hour." I had challenges at my tap room of saying, "If you can drink this under an hour, it's free." No one was able to do this. And I'm talking like big guys. I'm talking 300-400 pound Samoan guys. And they got close to like here and then they puke it all out. But in an hour, no, it's pretty hard. An hour and a half, doable. But hour, it's hard. Even at a light beer, because I was thinking about doing it just like Pabst Blue Ribbon, which is still comes out at 5%, so decent, okay size. But this is over a growler. This is, I believe, 70, 78 or 82 ounces, something like that. Yeah, Scald's like, I had it in 3 hours. Yeah, it takes a while to drink it. I used to sell this as a communal thing, essentially, of hey, you got a table. This would be the pitcher, essentially. It wasn't. I didn't sell pitchers. I sold boots instead of pitchers. At 9% immediately cracked another beer. Yeah, 32. Well, 32 ounces again too, and it all comes down to the beer you're having. I don't have a good. I have an okay chugging ability. I don't have a big chugging ability. I'm just not built for that. And the carbonation just burps me up. And I mean, let's admit it. Half the time of chugging, it's all light beers. 99% of the time, it's all light beers. Okay, all right. So big spoon. Let's do this. Which Jack? All right. So big spoon, you asked for me to take the rest of this, so it's for you. There you go. God damn, that was a good beer to waste. Although, now there's an interesting concept of a video. We're always complaining that these hazy IPAs, if as long as you drink them, they give you a hot burn. But and I will admit that in the original video I did of this, I kind of got that. But doing that, this beer tasted fantastic. So, is it better to chug these beers that are sorry for the I mean, gotta admit, is it better to chug a hazy beer or a beer with that you can only drink part of it to just drink it all, or is it better to sip it? That's a video concept in itself. I'd love to explore. Now it's time for a beer shower. Yeah, I already did that once. And Novella Hub, God. Now, when I did that at April 1st, it was freezing outside. I felt like when I did that beer shower thing, it literally felt like I had not frozen brain. What is that? When you get ice cream headache or whatever, my brain was freezing. It hurt so much. Brain freeze. It literally felt like I was having a brain freeze, and it hurt so much. But I had to keep shooting because I only had one shot and one take to do it all right. Luckily, it came out pretty decent. At least I think it did. So it didn't get as many views as I hoped, but it wasn't really about the views. It was more about just the journey. What's going on in Discord? Might get another beer for Steve or a cocktail. Just to keep watching my stream. People tend to go for lower ABV. Yeah, what's the best beer to chug? Yeah, I think the best. That's another good thing is what is the best beer to chug? Because if you think about it, really, actually, if you think about it, people say lower ABV. But I would actually might even think higher ABV because the carbonation level is actually probably a lot lower on those. Now you're going to get smashed beyond belief, but a big barley wine or a big stout, like a Parabola, Bourbon County, a Fremont. The carbonation in those isn't as high as say a Pilsner or a lager, which most people chug. So your gut reaction, your gut expansion, which is what makes you feel bloated and everything, wouldn't be as bad. But that 20 minutes after, you're gonna feel it so bad. Nothing's in my hand. Yeah, barley ones are fantastic. God, I don't have anything light. Yeah, actually, okay, so I do have something light. And I'll open this and I won't chug it because I wanted to try it, and you guys are all going to hate me because it's still part of my. After that month challenge of low calorie stuff, man, that my taste buds changed so much. And even my profile of, oh God, it's still going, of wanting big beers has changed. Of like, during the week, I don't want a big beer. I actually kind of almost want just something light like I was doing for that month. Now, the weekends, yes, I want something big, but man, I used to be able to do three of those a day, and now I'm like, I can only do one. But because of the flavor too. So I want to try this because this was interesting to me. It's Cascadia hard seltzer, but it's made with citrus and hops. So I think they're trying to really hit that beer person with this low calorie crap. So this I wasn't even planning on doing a review on this or anything like that. 100 calories, 1 gram of sugar, 5%. So basically equivalent to probably a Budweiser, but less calories. So, let's try this. Huh. Okay. That's it. There are some weird flavors in that. It's like it's almost like cider, bad lemonade, and hops. Yeah, there's been a couple of bad ciders I've had that taste just like this. I made Jeff and oh, Skull's got one too. Yeah, well, Skull, check this out. Skull's got one. I still got 3. I used to have more. But yes, that's what. But yeah, no. Jeff and Steve can attain to this. I did this hazy cider. I tried to make a cider hazy, and this was right at the beginning of the haze craze. Boom. A couple years back, about two and a half years back, 3 years back. It kind of tastes like this after it was aged too long. Kind of has a metallic taste. Citrus, apple. It's got that that weird. What is that? Not formaldehyde. That apple kind of smells like ass with hops. Essentially, it smells like citra hops too, and that could just be the citrus and hops. So, all right, 2 of my feet and 1. I used to, my big tag for this was like, oh, women like shopping for shoes, right? Well, men like shopping for boots. That was my kind of one of my tags I did at my bar. So it actually did sell a lot. Also on Sundays, for like instead of kill the keg, I would do $10 growler fills or $10 dust boots, and that's where because at the time, for some reason, I didn't do the milliliter conversion. I was like, oh yeah, that's just 64 ounces. It's the same as the growler. No, I was actually losing money even more so on the dust boots. But it got people in and it got people talking, and it was fun. Wait. So on Civil is posting pics of Bite My Bits. I own the bar for 2.5 years, so 3 years if you count the construction. So yeah. And then Jeff came in about the middle of it. That's when he started his VR stuff. He originally wanted to, Jeff and I have been friends for a while prior to me opening the bar and everything like that. Like he said, tells a story a number of times of me homebrewing and me being in beer. It's like, oh, I want to open a bar. Actually, it was all a conversation with Steve's wife that kind of got me into, oh, I want to open up well, it wasn't a bar, it's a tap room. I have to make that clear, but it's easier to say a bar because a lot of people don't know what a tap room is. So Jeff came in, and Jeff, like we tell the story a lot of times, I used to hold poker at my house. Jeff brought the original Oculus Rift, like version 1. We all got sick, but he was always a big fan of VR, and I knew the potential of it. And so he wanted to open up a kind of VR arcade above my bar, and I was like, yeah, because I had a 3-story bar. I had a basement, I had the bar section, and I had this upstairs mezzanine with one-way glass, which was awesome. So I could actually spy on people. There's a couple of pranks I pulled on my friends where they were like mooning people, and I flicked on the lights, and so everyone in the bar could see their butts hanging out. It was awesome. But we would do that, and I would just have to bring the beers up to them, and so they could do drunk VR. And then that kind of kicked off Jeff's passion. I guess not passion, but just the idea of like, hey, I can make money in something else. And he got dared to start a YouTube channel from some other friends of like, hey, start talking about what you preach, essentially. And he decided to use my upstairs area that he was not leasing from me, but he just borrowed from me. But it brought revenue in, so it was fine. And I wasn't using the space. And so that's, if you go back and watch some of I think the first 3-4 episodes of his channel, even the very first Talking Heads episode 1 with him and Rhett is filmed at my upstairs mezzanine bar area, where they decided to, after I was closed, to go and help themselves to all of the taps. It was awesome. It was great. uh, we did a lot of yeah. I'm everyone here is most likely a fan of craft computing and on the Discord, so we're just chatting with Jeff. I'm making fun with Jeff. This is actually pretty fun. Yeah. Jeff would pour himself quite a few beers, and he for most of the part poured himself the stuff that he knew, like, hey, I shouldn't do this. So again, and Jeff's a friend, and I was I have very bittersweet memories of my place. I loved the things I did. I love the friends I made, the ideas that I have, and all the surrounding bar owners said I should have been way more successful than I was, and I think it was just the location. And but it was a painful experience. Actually, there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff. Not even Jeff or Steve or anyone else even knows about that place. And opening up a bar is hard. A tap room and a restaurant industry, it's hard. It's way more than everyone thinks of. Just like, hey, drinking with your buddies, and it's essentially you open a bar, you become sober and until you close. And if you don't, you're going to lose money. That's basically it. I hope you love seeing all of your friends drink and wishing to party with them and never get to do that with them ever again. That's what owning a bar is like, unless you're uber successful. Yeah, I mean, but that's the same thing. If people always ask me, would I ever open up one again? Yeah, if I had the money, I would totally open one up again. I would easily open one up again. I would just do all these other things differently. Hell, actually, I wouldn't even open up a bar. I'd actually open up a brewery with a restaurant. A lot of my ideas that I did, I actually had local places, local breweries around me asked me a year after I did that, hey, can I steal the ideas that you did? And they did it out of respect. I was friends with them. I was friends with them before I opened the tap room. I was even better friends after I opened the tap room. I still talk to them now till this day. Jeff got the beer delivery, like he was talking about, because I mentioned it to Jeff. I said, hey, they're doing this because they told me about it. So, No, I know lots of people. I know lots of, like I said, the Pirate Stout, Sandy M, Vagabond, Saw, Aleworks, heck, even Ratchet Brewery, which is some awesome owners, some great drinkable beer. They started. I was the first place to even hold their beer. That was kind of my motto of the weird place of my tap room was. What's the weirdest thing you have? I went to my reps. I said, never come to me and pitch me what everyone wants you to pitch. Pitch me. I have this one stupid keg I've been trying to sell because no one will buy it. It's the weirdest flavor you'll ever see. Do you want that weird flavor? I only got 4 kegs of it. No one's buying it. And I said, yes. Always tag me for the weirdest crap you have. And I had bars around town, bartenders saying, "Hey, you like beer? And you like weird crap? Don't drink here. Go to this place. Go to Capital Tavern." Actually, okay, so here, if you want to see it, this is the only some of the remnants I have. You'll see it in all my videos. I even had fans, patrons, make me that sign. So that was my logo that I created with the hop, and a patron made me that sign scratch because they liked me so much. So that was my logo. I made little shot glasses. I have all the glassware. Oh, there we go. And the hop. It was a cool place. It was a fun place. It wasn't always packed as I liked it to be, but when it was packed, it was super fun. We had some cool events. We did this. We did it twice actually. At Christmas in July. That was we had a black Santa, and then one year we had Black Pimp Santa. That was fun. My it was a great time. Strippers would have helped. I did. It's funny you mentioned that, Jeff. We actually had a stripper from Stars come in and apply while Chuck and I were like trying to clean up, and we both sat there and said, "Oh, we'll hire you right now." And she's like, "Oh, I'm just trying to pass my things." Like, no. We'll hire you right now. We don't need to see your qualification. Yeah, you talked to the community there was just even Rhett and his brother would come, and we would like put on DS9 for them because like we never watched DS9, we only watched TNG, or we would change it to South Park or Dave Chappelle or something. It was a great community. It was literally cheers for the people that did come in. We knew them by name. We had seats with their names on it, and if a guest was sitting there, we'd ask them. Well, we never asked them to move, but once they moved, the regular sat there. It was fantastic. We hired regulars to become bartenders. Yeah, no. If I was single, I could so come up with the greatest bar themes. Unfortunately, my wife, and then my friends and then my family. I'm not going to do that. But yeah, those bar things, man. If I could invest in those themes, oh yeah. Um, it has my audio, by the way. I mean, I'm only showing a dial of like 1 to 2. Can everyone hear me fine? I mean, I assume so. This is becoming a weird stream. I'm just like pouring my heart out of like I miss my bar. Well, you're always sitting there and saying that my audio is good on Discord, and then everyone else is saying it's crap. So if you're saying it's crap, I assume it's good. Yeah. But yeah, like Rhett would come in and we would put on Star Trek. Rhett's brother would come in and honestly, that my bar was like the introduction to Rhett and Steve to Jeff. So without my bar, we wouldn't have as many hosts. Well, actually, no. Steve and Jeff met at my poker room, but again, it's basically what I'm trying to point out is that craft computing wouldn't be anywhere without me. So you're welcome. I mean, it's true. It's gonna be on one of those like "Where Are You Now" documentary videos, and it's gonna be like, "Whoa, yeah, craft computing was a nobody without me." That's gonna be it. I don't know. Actually, I thought Steve's audio and video has been probably the best amongst the three of us. Um, and I know Steve was just streaming off his laptop because it's got the camera, but then he was using his main computer for his articles and stuff. So I would say Steve's probably got the best streaming out of the three of us, and I think there's something with Discord of we're going through Discord, and then Jeff's taking the Discord channel and streaming it through YouTube, and so or OBS Studios, and then through YouTube. I think there's a translation and something's getting lost there. I'm gonna try to fix it on my end to get the best quality as possible. But again, this is just me streaming from my laptop that I was streaming from last week from just the webcam. It's not even that good of a webcam or without the mic. So you know that it's and the same network connection that I did with Craft. So if this is better than what I was doing for him, it's on his end. So as the network guy, Jeff, come on, fix it. Yeah, I really was. I didn't know why I was so choppy, Civil. Yeah, and well, this camera is the camera just who's that? Regan? Yeah, Regan. This camera is literally the camera on the laptop. This isn't even the LG that I was using. Where'd it go? No, it's gone. No, you can all see my butt from that angle, probably. Where'd it go? Actually, oh, there it is. But yeah, I mean, I got the Logitech. So this is what I've been streaming off of, which should give me 1080p. The Logitech. What is this? I forget what model number this is. The CRT whatever 640 SE, something like that. Yeah, I probably so I probably do need a capture card. Well, I would like to do so. Like I was telling Chris and a couple of people in here, I would like to do some more live streams on my end. I would like to do more of we talk a little bit about the news on Talking Heads, and there are so many more beer news articles, but it's very local oriented, or very small niche. Not really enough to any meat on the bone to kind of give a 5 to 10 minute conversation about between the two hosts of Talking Heads. And I always kind of wanted to do a show of, okay, there's like for the 3 articles we talk about, there are about 10 to 12 other ones. And I could do a live show, 30, 40-minute live show on just those. A 12-ounce beer, 6-ounce chug, and then talk about those 12 other stories we didn't talk about. I'd really like to start doing something like that possibly in May. So I really want to get my live streaming set up for Talking Heads, and then if I can make that look nice, do like a 2-camera angle type thing. Maybe even get a couple other people's advice on it. So want another can? I have my Sony big spoon, and this one's the Logitech's a nice secondary camera. So I think I have enough cameras to do what I'm C9922. Yeah. So I have that, and then I have I've never made a Reddit channel. I'm on Reddit. I'm on most of the craft beer channels. So if you look up craft beer, beer talking, beer post, beer porn, any of that stuff, you'll probably see one of my posts a week of stuff, and they get pretty big hits too. So I'm semi-active in the Reddit beer community. So. And I could make it a clothing optional thing. Um, maybe I wear like a green suit and then just a green screen like someone else's body on top of me while I do a live. That would actually be kind of fun. Basically, I'd have like a floating head if you wanted it to be, or like my body on something. That'd actually be kind of funny. So, yeah, I'm hoping to do that sometime in May. Um, Maybe I'll ask, and I even got so I got my. I'd like to switch over to this microphone for that. So I got my classic SM. What is it? A Shure 55. My Shure 55. It's a little damaged back from my band music days, but this would be a cool news microphone for live podcast. I love to use that. Um, Yeah, you always want to see that. Yeah, craft computing links. I'm just gonna go ahead and oh my gosh, what's that over there? Oh yeah. Sorry. Microphones again. Yeah, microphones. That's where the donations come in. So or subs, either one. And I'm not talking unsubscribe, resubscribe. I need more subs. Oh my god, beer chugs on here. So beer chugs. So I know he's not a subscriber to Craft Computing Guys. So beer chugs a cool guy. He has his own beer channel. He does some pretty cool stuff. He does a live stream too. I think he's Midwest to East Coast. He's on a slightly different time area than we are, but we're West Coast. He does some cool stuff. He does name this ABV on like a couple hours before his craft or talking heads on Wednesdays. It's a pretty fun show. He gets like 5 other YouTube channels, and he busts out a beer and he reads the description. Sorry, I've been drinking, and basically goes through the whole description and the brewery name, and then all the other hosts, through their knowledge, kind of have to just like guess what the ABV is. It's pretty fun. It's kind of like a little game. It's pretty fun. So I haven't been on it, but I've been in the commentary. I couldn't be on it because of just time restrictions. I'm sure he'd love me to be on it, and I'd love to be on it too. It's just time restrictions. It's about the time that I get home, and then my son wants to play with me, and so I try to dedicate the time that once I get home to like 1 to 2 hours. I try to play with my son. So, but I mean, I still got to do some other things. So. You're no way, Beer Check, you're in California? Okay, I did not know that. For some reason, I thought you were like Midwest. Oh, low battery. Hang on a second. Ugh. Unlimited power. Well, if you're from California, you need to do your streams later so we can do some stuff. Hey, it's bright now. I can see everything. Dude, check out this power brick. Look how the size of that thing is for my laptop. It's a fucking monster. All right, hang on. I'm trying to adjust my screen on my laptop. I wasn't planning on going this long. I thought this was going to be like a 10 minutes live stream. Okay, hang on. What are the other comments? Oh no, he's being over again. Oh no. Los Angeles. Our brother lives. Okay, yeah. So Beer Chug, Los Angeles. Where do you live? I got a brother who lives in Studio City. Where are you at? I got some cousins that live in Whittier. So what part of Los Angeles are you from? Reverend, what are the best brews around your area? Are you referring to me or Beer Chug? You've seen bigger. You only seen bigger in your dreams, essentially. You know, and essentially, I am your dreams. She's a brick house. She mathematic. Linda, oh, hang out. That line doesn't make sense. Is she letting the tatas hang out, or is she a hermaphrodite? It's all you never know. Yeah. Okay, so you're actually Beer Chug. You're not far from my brother. My brother lives like 3 blocks away from Universal Studio. So, but LA though, okay, right now traffic is nothing. But beforehand, probably the distance between you and him was probably like an hours in traffic. But now it's probably actual real time. Yeah, Beer Chugs is in the Street Fighter 5. No, it wasn't Beer Chug in. Was it? What was that? What was that? Fighting one Dan liked, Steve. Oh, whoa! What is this? Yeah, that's a civil. That's my bar. Civil, you did a horrible Photoshop job. I did a better Photoshop job. It's my profile picture. Wait, 12? Oh, okay. Jeff's all complaining. Well, mine's vintage, Jeff. Mine's 2016. Yeast probably made it like 14% by now. I'm not gonna autocorrect. So Jeff's trying to point out to me that his beer is bigger than my vintage version of his beer. So they're just rounding up for can space sake. Oh, San Fernando Valley. Okay, cool. God, I gotta pee. Like once I broke that seal, I wasn't planning on doing something this long. This is over an hour. I really wasn't planning on doing anything this long, guys. But as far as so I want to do that news show, like I was saying about. So I want to do more green screen stuff. Something I was experimenting with. Well, I didn't experiment with green screen, but film stuff. And if you saw my series of the Christmas beers, especially the ones I did with craft computing, I kind of tried to do special intros. I thought my intros were really fun. Especially the very first one, Rocky 4 intro is a near and dear to my heart. This Rocky 4, I thought that was a great intro to go to Jeff's. That's probably one of my best. I also did Gone in 60 Seconds. My son, he's 3 years old, 3 1/4, whatever, he asked for 2 videos on YouTube all the time. I mean, he does the standard kid videos, but he still requests that I show him my videos. I did the Santa one, which is the very last one. Not my best. I was missing part of my costume. Again, like I was saying, I did Christmas in July with the Black Santa, so I already had a Santa suit. I lost the beard. I let someone borrow it, and they lost the beard. And I forgot about that. So I did a Santa episode without a beard. Didn't come out too great. I kind of rushed it. But another episode he loves is one I did with Jeff, and I do a Gone in 60 Seconds kind of parody. And and he loves that. I have to let him watch that like at least once a week. He wants to ask, Daddy, jump in the car. Daddy's jump in the car, or Daddy Santa. Those are his two favorite. He loves watching those intros, and I think they're fun as heck. Filter your channel. They give me no love. You know, I even thought about like having like Jeff be my weather guy, and have a couple other the beer channels be other things. I think it would be fun to do stuff like that. I think it's awesome what you do, Beer Chuck. By the way, of integrating other channels, high count ones and low count ones. It doesn't really matter, and I love that community in the YouTube world. When I started out and I only had like 50 subscribers, I reached out to people that had, 1K, 2K, and they embraced me, and they were like really cool. There's a couple that are still snubbing me. I don't personally know why, but and then there are others that I embrace, and they surpassed me, and we still get along. So yeah, but it's still a great community. I think majority of the part, it's still a great community, and I think everyone else reviews things differently, and there's room for everyone. So, and we have a very niche thing compared to someone like, say, again, Beer Chuck. If you're not into tech, go check out Craft Computing. My buddy Jeff, he does beer. It's mostly tech, but he does some beer reviews, and he always tries to have a beer with him while he does a review, and kind of talks about that beer really quickly. So if you ever have any technical stuff too, also with your streams or your blue screens or green screens, talk to him. He'll probably be able to help you. And stuff like that. So that he has his own community of tech stuff. So they hit a much broader audience than probably you or I do. Building your drinking me no love. Are you the only one talking about subject there? YouTube algorithm is weird. Just gotta wait. Yeah, YouTube algorithm sucks. Jeff really got on the bandwagon at the right time. He hit the peak and got him just barely enough subscribers. Well, not barely enough, just enough subscribers. I think it was like a couple hundred above before the cut. And then they changed their whole algorithm of like, you have to have 1,000 subs with 10,000 watched hours within 24 months or 12 months. Sorry. I know nothing about Regan. I know nothing about cars. I thought about doing. If I had the time, I have so many ideas of things I would love to do, of videos I would love to do, Regan, of stuff that has nothing to do with beer, but I think it's very entertaining. Just from, I would assume you would think from Jeff's channel, my channel, I'm a very energetic guy. I'm a very outgoing guy. I do a lot of weird, stupid, quirky things. I'm kind of the guy that is like, you tell me I can't do that, watch me. I'm going to do it. Or at least I'm going to attempt to do it. But as far as doing the time to film that as a YouTube artist, I don't have the time to do that. I can't dedicate the time to do those films properly, like I would want to do, especially with my family. I have a job, whatever. I'm going to dedicate that time to my family. This channel actually came as a thought after I closed my bar. Like, I still love beer and cider and alcohol so much as a passion to share it with everyone. I need to get an outlet for it. I need to. My wife was like telling me to go out, literally kick out, just to go talk to people. after I shut down my bar or sold it. And so this kind of gave me that outlet. Even Jeff's channel gave me that little bit of an outlet of like, it reunited that spark. I just want to talk about beer. I want to share that element. I am tooting my own horn, and I'm sorry if I am. I really am. I was a wizard behind the bar of talking stuff up. I could sell a craft beer to a Bud Light girl domestic drinker, and I could sell it to her, and she would love it, and she'd become a craft drinker. I could do that kind of stuff. I was really good behind the bar. I'm not a bartender, but I was really good behind the bar type of a thing. So I winged 99% of my bullshit, and I was good at slaying bullshit. And I had friends that were good at. Jeff knows my friend Chuck. The two of us were so good. I mean, we could have made a YouTube show just between me and Chuck, my manager, who I hired as my manager. The two of us could have made a YouTube channel of if we were able to film ourselves behind the bar, which would have gotten us probably taken our liquor license away and sued multiple times. Okay, I gotta pee so bad. Yeah. I'm a big Volvo guy. I still have. So my very first, what is it, Regan? That's, yeah. Volvo still a Volvo. Everything would be a Volvo. Skull Regan. So my very first car actually was a Volvo wagon. As a either 94, 95 wagon. I forget the exact ID number, 920, something like that. Black leather interior, sunroof, turbo wagon. Oh my God, I love that. I loved and hated that thing. I loved it for the spaciousness it gave me because it would make a bed in the back. In high school, that was fantastic. Also camping. Camping was fantastic, and being I was in a band then, so hauling my drum set around, it was fantastic. Me and my buddies, we'd go to the beach a lot or camping, and I never had to pop a tent. I would just lay that thing in the bed down in the back and sleep in the back of that. I once we had a band session, and the dad, the guy we had the band session kicked us out, and like 5 of us had to sleep in the back of my Volvo wagon, and all of us had to squish in that. Like 4 of us had to squish in the bed, and one person like tried to sleep between the 2 benches. It wasn't it was an automatic still, but it had the armrest, so he still had to sleep on his side. But 4 guys in the back of that. One of them is now my brother-in-law, actually. So, but that I love that thing. I got into an accident with that a Jaguar XC90 2001 T-boned me, and or not T-boned me, but like almost T-boned me. Hit my passenger side headlight, engine, and then twisted me so hard that it ended up hitting my passenger door as well. It ruined my car, totaled it, and I spun around like 360 degrees. And I was fine, but I still have the grill of that car. So Volvos are because of that accident. And I do still like the way Volvos look nowadays, especially modern ones. That's kind of why I've always been a Volvo fan. Just the safety aspect, and they're like the safe man's BMW. Like you want good turbo, great, but you also want to live if you got into that accident, buy a Volvo. You're gonna lose that like 40 miles extra in turbo, but that 0 to maybe 100, it's pretty comparable. But you're about 500 pounds heavier, but the safety aspects are amazing. Upkeep is flipping expensive. Jeremy Clarkson showed how good a camper. Actually, it's funny. So Jeremy Clarkson, though, also sat there and said he drives a Volvo XC90 as his everyday driver for him and his kids. The exact same year that I had. I think it's the 2005. So I have that exact same model as the SUV because I got it as the last year it had the highest tow capacity, and it was the last year that they did the 7-seater XC90. And so Jeremy Clarkson and I both enjoyed that Volvo XC90 SUV. I think it's a great car. It's been a great utility car and luxury car. I also got the entertainment package, so it's got DVD video screens in the back. Regan, were you the big spoon? Yeah, I was the edge guy. I was on the driver's side, spare tire or tire. So I wasn't. Depends what you consider the big spoon. I was a spoon. I was one of the alpha spoons. So left side spoon, driver side spoon. Yeah, Steve's Aspen 75 Aspen is a legendary car amongst my family of, as you mentioned, 7, and also his friends. It was quite an awesome car for a couple of reasons. One, it had, I don't know if it was bullet holes or just holes, had holes in the bottom of the car. It used to be a transport car for juvenile delinquents. So it used to have like cages in the back, and the back seats, doorknobs for interior doorknobs didn't work, but exteriors did. So if you were sitting in the back seat, you couldn't open the doors. Also, the best part was the stereo. The stereo sucks. So Steve put Jimmy rigged a sub that he got from one of his friends and a weird stereo into it. And then the best part was, again, this is me probably like 9, 10, between maybe 11. The sprayers for your windshield. He was able to turn them sideways, and so they had some power behind them. Every time we would stop at a stoplight, and he would I'm going to run my windshield wipers to clean them off. They would spurt on the other person's car, the other 2 lanes cars. It was awesome. As an 11, 12-year-old, I thought it was hilarious. I think 11. I think it was 11. 10 or 11. I thought it was hilarious. I think even his friends, even at that age, 16, 17, 18, when he was in high school, thought it was hilarious too. God, I gotta pee. It was a great car. Did it have a CB? I don't. Did you try putting a CB? I don't remember if Steve tried putting a CB in it or not. For some reason, that might have been our van. I know there was a CB in our van. And this was my other brother, 2 other brothers, and a couple of his friends and girls that one he ended up marrying. We do call handles and drunk trucker calls. The van had, okay. The van, I remember the van had a CB. Okay, the van had the CB. Yeah, and a black and white TV. So we had this awesome van. My parents used to take us on road trips, and nationwide road trips. We did a road trip from Oregon to DC. And this camper van, it wasn't a camper van, it was a van, a nice luxury van, or it was a nice van. It was a big van, family size van. Horrible paint job, horrible gold, like 3, 4 different shades of gold with stripes. So dated. But it had the mini coffee tables with the 2 cockpit passenger seats, and then the big bench in the back that folded into a bed. We always had it as a bed, and this was before the big seatbelt rules. where everyone had to wear a seatbelt. So we would travel the country, and 99% of us wouldn't be wearing seatbelts or strapped in. We'd just be walking through, and we would be doing CB calls, and that was pretty fun. And then we also had a cigarette lighter in the back and a black and white TV, which was like 4, maybe 7-inch, 6-inch. That was always interesting. I Love Lucy, classic, Nick at Night TV stuff. But back then it wasn't even Nick at Night, so classic TV. Yeah, none of us had seatbelts. We had a tent trailer we used to haul. I think we jackknifed a couple, and then some bicycles, and we jackknifed it, knifed it a few times, and ruined Mike's bicycle. We ruined Mike's bicycle, and I think it was like my brother right above me. His bicycle that he got for his 10th year. I think I was 5 because he's 5 years older than me. I think it was maybe his 11th birthday. I think we jackknifed our trailer in a campground, and it got ruined. I remember laughing about that, and I was 5. I still laugh about that now because I remember my brother crying. Anyways, yeah. Damn, I still got 13 people watching this. What the hell are you guys doing watching this crap? Steve, I will bet Dave's gonna be watching this like later and being like, "Oh, I totally remember that," and he'll comment. Yeah, I probably should go. Actually, I gotta pee. All right, so I'm gonna go. It's an hour 20 minutes. That's basically almost as long as Talking Heads. So this has not been the not official Talking Heads after show. It's 2:30. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. I gotta pee. I gotta work in the morning. It's 11:35, so I'm gonna need at least 30 minutes to calm down. I'm gonna see you guys later. I'm gonna leave this up, so if anyone else wants to watch it, they can watch it. Jeff, please don't take this down, or sue me like you did Bite My Bits. Yeah, after party's over, fellas. Sorry, Big Spoon. Maybe we'll do this a bit more often. Maybe I'll talk to Jeff of making this something semi-regular. This has actually been kind of fun. Maybe we'll do something like this. Actually, this would be kind of fun if every other host kind of did one. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe we can even do this on Jeff's channel. Whatever. Maybe Jeff can make a second channel. Whatever. So I'm going to see you guys later. Signing out. I got to pee. See you guys. I hit the wrong button. And there's another confirmation button.